Yo! Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Everyone good? How's everyone doing? Some boring time in the market, right? Not a lot is happening. Mostly waiting time for me as well. Been waiting for Bitcoin to make a move into a more interesting area where higher probability trades can present themselves, but yeah, nothing to do if the market decides to do this kind of stuff. But hey, I feel like we're close to breaking out of this, or at least sweeping one side of the range. But we'll get into the plans in a second, of course. Oliver, Jan, Ulix, Witz, Non-Zero, Konstantinos, Cunning, George, what's up? David. What are your moves when the range already played out? Go watch the video, man, on my pin posts on Twitter. I talk about it in there. Hello, Assala, what's up? So yeah, gonna be a chill stream, you know. Nothing too much happening in the market, so taking it easy, to be honest. We're back at 10k at break even on our 10k account. Tried a long on Yup, but got stopped out. Luckily the risk was low, since we could have waited for more confirmation, but I thought the low was in, but yeah, apparently it wasn't. It happens. So got stopped on that one. So taking it easy now, waiting for a cleaner trade. What about Injective? We'll take a look. Peter, what's up? Reef Rider, hello, hello. Gonna wait like 2 more minutes. Just post the links on Twitter and on Discord, so give people some time and then we'll start. Hello Armo, what's up? Xevo, yo. Enero, Flo, Gabriel. Welcome, guys. What are we shorting today? Let's see, man. Yesterday daily candle is ugly, but it seems ranging for now. Yeah, we'll take a look at it in a second. Where are you from? I'm from Belgium. Hello, Halloween. Good to see you, man. Right, I think we'll get started. 6 minutes past 3, so all right. Next vacation destiny. I'm going to Malta in a week, next week. Lekker man, kom uit Nederland. Hey, nice. Alright, so before we get into the video, shout out to Vela Exchange for sponsoring. Go check it out using the link in the description. They're currently running the Grand Prix competition in different rounds. In round 1, I wasn't really participating since I wanted to go for round 2 instead, focus on my credits then. So now I'm going for it, currently in 4th place. So if you guys want to join me, simply use the link in the description. You guys need to check it out, okay? Why? Because there's often an opportunity where you have to put in less money than you can earn by just getting enough credits to get into the top 100. The top 100 guys on the leaderboard, credit-wise, get prizes in ARB, and you don't only get credits by getting positive P&Ls, but also by volume, by stacking, and stuff like that. The current round works with the black market, which means every 4-hour time span there's a different asset or a different task which you can take that gives you more credits. Okay, so for example, during a 4-hour time span there's gonna be a Bitcoin trading volume that pays you 6 credits per dollar instead of, for example, 2. Okay, and then every 4 hours they change. So it's pretty easy, to be honest, to get into the top 100 if you put in some time and you get to know these little strategies. So go ahead and check it out. You have nothing to lose basically if you don't put in more money than you want to lose, right? So go check it out. Link is in the description. If you use the link, send me a DM on Twitter or on Discord, and I'll also add you to my Discord group where I post more analysis. Currently, as I said, running that 10K account that I'm trying to trade towards I don't know where. So yeah, exciting times. So make sure to DM me if you use the link in the description, right? Also leave a like. Currently 11 likes, 56 people. So let's get them to 20, 30 at least. Subscribe if you haven't already. Going for 10K subs. So yeah, I would appreciate it a lot if you could like and subscribe as well. Feel free to ask anything in the chat, especially today, because yeah, in the markets there's not a lot happening, so it's gonna be a slow well, for now it's moving slow, so nothing too much to update, but I'll be giving my plans anyways in case we move. But yeah, so if you have any questions about anything literally, feel free to ask in the chat. We'll also do some requests at the end, but first give me some time to give my own view on Bitcoin. All right, cool. So starting off with Bitcoin, right? From last stream, nothing too much happened. We were already trading in this sort of range, in between 44, let's say, and 41.5. Okay. If we take a look at where high time frame liquidity is gonna be resting, well, if you take the range with this as the highs and this as lows, what do we say about the range like that? That it's a played out range, okay? Played out, in which means that both liquidity to the upside and both liquidity to the downside have both been taken. That doesn't mean you can't play the range anymore, but what does that mean? That you can't use those previous range low and range highs as a draw on liquidity. Why? Well, simply because liquidity has already been taken. You target the opposite side of the range when you have taken the other side of the range. Why? Because stops on either side got taken, so the draw on liquidity is towards the other side. Okay, if you now take this as a range high and this as a range low, as you can see on this one, stops got already taken here. If this wasn't enough, another time here, and stops below here got taken on this move. Okay, so we call that a play, or I at least call that a played out range. Now, how do you use these levels then? Whenever the range has been played out and liquidity to the upside and the downside has been taken, well, what I like doing then is using those levels simply as key pivots. Meaning I'm gonna look on the lower time frames where liquidity is resting and gonna look for sweeps into the range high or into the range low. What you're gonna see very often when range high and range low both got swept is that range high and range low are gonna line up with demand and supply, and combining that, right, a supply area with range high, if you can combine that with key highs getting swept into that area, right, then often that can give you some really nice high probability trades back towards the opposite side of the range, even though liquidity already got swept below it. Okay, and that's the case here as well, right? Let's remove those Monday levels for now, since we're gonna focus on, let's actually remove all of these. These as well. To be honest, all we need is this range. So let's just keep it that way. Right, so if that's the range we're gonna focus on, right? As you can already see, those levels have been pivotal, the range mean as well, okay? Whenever price came to that area, as you can see, support, 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 okay? Ugly chop around that, broke below, retested as resistance, sold off, resistance, broke above, support, and now sort of holding on to it as support. So as I said, what you're gonna do when your range high and range low both have been swept, and when the range has sort of played out, use those levels as key pivots, okay? And look on the lower time frames where liquidity is gonna be resting. So that's what we're gonna do next. From the sweep of the range lows, right? So this is where we swept range lows. Where did the move that happened after the sweep of range lows? So we can call this demand, right? Why? Because this was a sideways price action that led to the upside. Where did this move top out, right? At these highs, okay? So we're gonna take those highs as our liquidity that's resting locally to the upside, right? On the lower time frames, not on the daily, but on the 4-hour. And what was the first low made after these highs? That's gonna be these lows, okay? You can combine these lows with these poor lows that are resting right here, which is gonna be even more liquidity to the downside, okay? So I'm gonna mark them out as well, but what's gonna be the key range, the lower time frame key range that we're currently trading in? Well, this as a range high and this as a range low. So let's mark this out with the range as well. Like this, okay? So you can already see now that we have a smaller range within a bigger range. You're already gonna see some plans form themselves, because where's demand gonna be resting? Well, as I just said, at the bottom of the range. Why? Because that was the sideways price action that led to the upside. And where's supply gonna be resting? Well, that's the supply area that we have had for quite a while. Up here, the sideways price action that led to the down move. You could also make it a little bit bigger, but it's all about the ID, right? Not about the exact levels, okay? So like this, the supply up here, lining up with range high, the demand down here, lining up with range lows, okay? Now, if we combine those with that lower time frame range, what are we gonna get? Well, first plan, if we sweep the highs first, sweep the highs, right? Range highs, liquidity taken to the upside into our played out range high, lining up with supply. If we break back below, that would be a short for me, back towards the opposite side of the local range, which is simply liquidity here. If we, the other way around, first go for the lows, I could see this do wick all the way into blue, right? And we see strength, reclaim, or for example, do something like this, make a low and sweep that low again into this blue area, which would mean liquidity taken below these lows and liquidity again taken below here. That would be a high probability long for me, back towards here, towards the opposite side of this 4-hour range, which is back towards the highs at 44.4-ish, okay? What is important to note here on these plays that I'm currently watching, I'm not looking for anything big, you know? I'm just looking for a quick rotation, in and out, short here, out again at the lows, or long at the lows and out again at the highs. Whenever you get a range like this, all it wants to do is shake people out before ultimately continuing its trend, okay? So what you might see here is something like this, back towards the lows. After that, we might set up another range again, sweep the highs again, go for the lows again, right? Ugly price action all the way in here. People get excited, start talking about 55K, reject again, get back to the lows, and then when no one expects it, right, we break out and price runs to 58K without anyone catching the move, right? So in market conditions like this, like I would also be happier if I could just long and hold it to 58K, but that's just, yeah, not how it works. In market conditions like this, you just want to get in and get out at key areas of liquidity. And right now, those areas for me are here at range high and here at range low. So that's exactly what I'm waiting for. And yeah, that's gonna be it basically for Bitcoin. Is that clear? Any questions about this? Or not sure if I'm making any sense, but I hope I do. Let's see the chat. So can you speak French? Nah, Flemish. Well, I do speak a little bit, but my French is horrible. First time catching you live, let's go. Hello, hello. Do you like New York open trading? I, to be honest, don't really focus a lot on the opens, on the time zones. I rather focus just on price action and on the charts. No diddle in the middle. Exactly. Right here, it's just a pure gamble, whether we're going to sweep the highs first or the lows. And that's when you get this price action, right? Ugly upside wicks straight back down, right? It's looking strong here, straight back down. It's looking ugly here, back up, right? Wait for those high probability trades. By the way, I've posted this about these areas like last week already. So this was my plan from all the way back then, and I haven't taken any Bitcoin trades since then because this is all I'm waiting for. What was your best, not necessarily biggest trade in 23? Phew. I think it was a swing long I caught on Bitcoin. I think it was like right here when I was calling for for 40k plus when everyone was calling for new lows. And I posted a public long on Twitter as well, like with the risk reward, and it played out beautifully. Very clear, awesome. In those intraday scalps, do you make order limit or wait until your confirmation? I usually don't really use limit orders. I will just watch price get in there, and whenever I see a lot of sells coming in and price is rejecting, I will probably just pull the trigger manually. Where in Belgium? Under Brussels. Weekly analysis for the weekly, for swing, I mean for spot, nothing changed, to be honest, for me. If we are about to see this wick get taken again, I'll be buying more Bitcoin on the sweep of this in here, and hold some in case we retest the most pivotal level on the chart, which is 30k. So if we do that, I'll have ammo to load up again on the dip at 37 and at 30. If not, and we pump straight higher, I will be selling 40% again, above 53 all the way up until 63, because I could still see if we go up from here, right, I could still see us do something like this and then top and then come all the way back down and then do something like this. So that's my plan. Like if it goes down first, you wait to see if it stays in the bigger range in case of the price action is really weak and wants to go to 38k, wait the sweep, then take your order. Yeah, exactly. Do you have any favorite indicators? Nah, not really. Okay, thanks, crystal clear, awesome. When do you decide to put break even? You mean your stop? I only move my stop loss when I have a new invalidation, and that's how it should be in my opinion. Otherwise you're gonna get those trades where price initially moves away from your entry, right? If this is your trade, price starts moving, you're like, okay, stop at break even. Let's keep it like this, but you put your stop at break even, price does this, you get stopped at break even and then reverses and goes to target. And while this scenario doesn't invalidate your trade because your invalidation was down here, you got stopped at break even, right? So that doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, whenever, for example, there's a key level up here or a breaker that you broke above and retest as support, and you're like, okay, right now I have a new invalidation, if price goes back below it, my ID is invalidated, then I'll trail my stop up there, but otherwise I barely move my stops. Do you use footprint? Nah. How much do you risk on a trade in terms of your account? Mostly like 3 to 5%. Right now on the 10k I usually do 10%, but yeah, it's because it's like an account I try to run up. So yeah. What's your TP strat? Well, good question, since we just talked about moving stops. why do people move their stops to break even? Because they don't want to lose money, right? What I do whenever price does this, well, I'll just take half off at 1 hour. That way, if price fully reverses and I get stopped out, I'll be out at break even, but then also my trade got invalidated because my stop got hit. While people who put their stop at break even here basically have the same risk at that moment, but their stop is not in the right place. So what I usually do is whenever price moves away from my entry, I'll take at least 30% or so off on the first move and then hold the rest for higher, just to make it sort of a risk-free trade. And that's the better way, in my opinion, opposed to moving your stop. What's the standpoint of the 10K account? Break even. I was at 10.6 before the weekend, but because of that yup trade, I'm back at break even. Is the only your margin account or spot also? What do you mean? Do you study in school for what are you doing now or starting from some books? Can you tell some of these for learning, maybe in a social media post? You mean for trading? I would just say the most important thing is just spend time in the market and just try to get as much information everywhere where you can find it as possible, and then just try out stuff for yourself. Make a small account, right? Any amount you feel comfortable with it if you lose it all. So let's say $100 even. Just make sure you put in some money so it feels a little bit realer. But try out a lot of things and see what works for you, see what you like, and spend a lot of time in the charts. That's the only way you will get better. Other than Bitcoin, what are you trading at the moment? Right now I'm in no trades on margin. Do you trade full time? Yes, sir. Do you risk 3-5% of your full account? Does this include your spot positions? No, those are not counted in the same. I mean, of my margin account. In addition to your own content, who do you recommend? SZ, for example, is really good. Learned a lot of things from him. I learned a lot from Crypto Trooper and Chase back in the days, back in 17, 18, when they had a group together. Unfortunately, Crypto Trooper isn't active anymore, but Crypto Chase still is. Apart from that, Crypto Cred also has some really cool videos on YouTube, technical analysis teachings, so go check out all of those. I would say. How old are you? I'm 24. All right, let's take a look at some charts, at some more charts at least. So yeah, for Bitcoin, nothing much more to say, to be honest. I'm just waiting for those. Oh yeah, we didn't look at Monday high and Monday low. So what I was going to say about that is, as you can see, if we just mark out these levels where key liquidity is resting, you're gonna see Monday low and Monday high are lining up beautifully with those levels. So ideally you see them all get swept at once, boom, and then a break back below, or boom, and then a break back above. Okay, I'm personally favoring the bullish scenario where we first go for the, well, bullish scenario, I mean the long scenario where we first go for the lows. So where we first nuke a little, do this, and then reclaim. Why? Because obviously high time frame we're still trending to the upside all the way from 16k. So that's the reason why I'm still favoring longs, but I think we could use a sweep of the lows before potentially moving higher. And that's also the reason why I think it's a good thing to first go for some lows. And if we do this at this point, I could see us have enough strength even to break above and to fully break out of the range. Probably won't be like this, right? Sweep the low and just go, but will probably be like this and then reject again, retest somewhere there, then a lot of ranging again, and then something like this, and then accelerate. All right. Long-term holdbacks, only Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I have some doggy as well at the moment. Although it's pure shitcoin at the moment. I'll buy some more if we retest this blue area. I'd rather use last week Monday range in this case. Yeah, those levels are the highs and the lows as well, no? Yeah, but then on Monday high already got taken then. Yeah. But it's, nah, I would take just this Monday levels, because Monday high is less significant to me here. Monday low is, but it's just because it lines up with this key liquidity level, so if you mark that out, it's fine as well. But yeah, you don't even have to use the Monday range here to sort of see where liquidity is gonna be resting, right? It's gonna be above these highs and below these lows. What you sometimes get with a Monday range like this and a bigger range that appears above Monday high, so range high is above Monday high and range low is below Monday low, is that you front run either side of the range by just sweeping Monday high and then rejecting. And I don't like moves like this because I don't like shorting when you basically still have equal highs here, right? Then you would have this one and this one, and the same the other way around whenever you front run the low here, but instead sweep Monday low and then reverse back up. But it happens a lot. I've seen it a lot, and what I tend to wait for then, what it usually does then is it sweeps that Monday low, right? It does something like this, boom, then back up, but then doesn't straight pump back up, but instead starts ranging around the lows, right? Puts in another small wick that gets bought up, and then when everyone is saying, right, liquidity is resting lower towards the lows, this low and the lows right under, that's when you start grinding up, and that's usually when I try a little long with a tight stop and target Monday high, because that's the perfect ingredient for a squeeze back towards the highs. Whenever everyone's sure that we're going for the lows, but instead we swept Monday low and Monday high is unswept. So yeah. All right. So yeah, Ethereum, same case pretty much. Key resistance up here. Support, I'd say these equal lows. Maybe wait for something like this for longs and maybe something like this for shorts. But again, I'm favoring long setups on everything because yeah, it just makes more sense. If I were to short something, it would maybe be Bitcoin, like at those range highs for a quick scalp, as I said, nothing more. So let's talk about this yup trade. So on the hourly, I entered here. Beautiful, right? Anyways, I longed there. Why? Well, we initially had this sweep of this key range low, right? So I'll take you through my thought process behind it. Because I think I would take the trade again, you know. I'll explain why. Initially we got this sweep, key range low. And whenever you have such a newer coin, we talked about it last stream, what I usually wait for is a break above the origin of the move that sent us below range low. So that sent us towards the sweep. Where did this move start from? Well, from here, okay, marked out in blue. What happened? Pumped in there, got rejected, so no good. What I was waiting for here was a break above there, and then I might look for longs on the retest targeting range mean up here and range high. Okay, never got that, so I didn't enter. We got another sweep. If we mark it up, let's hold on. Remove it for now. All of this. Let's remove these as well. Okay. Right, we got another sweep. So indeed, luckily, didn't long here on the reclaim because everyone who longed there put their stops below here got stopped out. Okay, so another sweep here and then right back again towards that level, and we sort of wicked above. So I thought, right, everyone who longed the reclaim here thinking this was the deviation got stopped out, right? And now we reclaimed range low again and sort of got a break in market structure. If you take the close as a break in market structure, right, you wouldn't have entered, but I saw it basically as a higher high, right? So I thought we would see a higher low that would send us towards range mean. So that was the thought process, right? Everyone who longed early got stopped and we got the break back inside. So that's why I longed up here. Took it on low risk because it was still early in the week, right? It was something like this. 2.7R, not bad, but these coins can move very quick once they get going. But as you can see, it got stopped. Lost like 500 or something on that 10K account, which is why we're back at break even. But that was the idea behind it. Unfortunately, yeah, it's up to the market whenever you enter a trade, and there's nothing to blame as long as you follow your rules and stick to your risk management. So that's what I did, so no worries at all. This one didn't work out. What am I looking for going forward? Well, still a break above that pivotal area and still a reclaim of this range low. If you take a look on the 4 hour, right, what's gonna be key resistance now again? Right there. So remember that bit trade we did? Something similar could be setting up on this one, and that's when we break above this blue area. So a break in here, let me compare it to Not sure if you're gonna, oh, it's bit nice. Not sure if you're gonna see it like this. Yeah, you see, take this as the sweep, and then this was the break in market structure above this area, consolidation, the sweep that got bought up, right? This was the real break above, retest and upside. So what we want to see here, for me, my opinion, is strength above range low, strength above here, maybe a small range, look for longs on the sweep, target up here, maybe then that's when we are trading here, right? Get rejected, retest that area and go up. So retest that area and go up. All right, so that's what I'm watching here for. Yep. Bit is done, by the way. Swept all the highs, so no interest in that one anymore. Was a beautiful one though. My idol. Nice to compare, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty clean if you look at it that way, and it also gives you a clean invalidation, so less, yeah, sort of stress when you're in the trade. Was this one GRT weekly? So yeah, weekly range, as you can see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like charts that look like this, man. I mean, tell me this doesn't look exactly the same as this. Right? Tell me this doesn't look like we could just do this and then all the way back to the bottom. Something like we did here. So yeah, let's see on the lower time frames. See, it's ugly price action, man, these wicks. But yeah, if I were to say anything, you're probably wondering for upsides. I'd wait for a break above here, a daily close above here, and then buy the retests. But until then, I think it just bleeds lower. I don't have the same range at all. Yeah, I mean, this is just the weekly range, but we just talked about it played out, right? So high swept, low swept. But as you can see, how you can use those levels as pivots, right? Was the exact bottom here. Yeah, but it's also difficult to draw a daily range when you have all of these wicks, probably with no volume at all. So yeah, I'd pick another coin. Ondo, yeah, Ondo we also looked at last stream, right? And I like this one. Oh wait, oh, didn't see this move, to be honest. Key lows here, highs. Well, could probably take these all the way up here. The only thing is that I could see another run on the lows here, because we didn't sweep them here, and oh yeah, we did take these out, but right, we didn't take them out again here, came close to them, and we swept the highs once and now twice and got rejected hard 2 times, I feel like. So right here, I'm not convinced, right? I would wait for something like this And then just like on Yup and on Bit, which we had a break in market structure back above, back inside here, and then I'll be looking for longs on low time frame sweeps, targeting the highs up here. All right. Yeah, Link was one as well. Man, I wanted to long Link yesterday morning. It was trading, where was it? Right here. I wanted to long it because we had equal highs and a drawn high time frame liquidity. And would have played out beautifully. But I didn't, since I was low on Yup already, and yeah, obviously that one didn't play out and this one did. But anyways, what was the idea, right? I've talked about this before, right? Reaccumulation range, the drawn liquidity, the target, the ultimate target for Link was these highs up here, right? And as you can see, we wicked them beautifully. So for me, Link for now is done, right? We took high time frame liquidity. I wouldn't be surprised if it ranges more here. Maybe it comes down all the way to $11 or so. If not, and we keep trending, well, the next target is up here, 28. And after that, all the way up here. But yeah, that was my low time frame trade for Link. But yeah, right now, it's not worth it anymore because we took that high time frame liquidity, so it is what it is. Maybe you buy the first sweep of the lows here, just as a range trade, right? The sweep there, invalidation back inside this bigger range, because you could bet on that the first step back into range high will hold, right? That you're not gonna straight up break back inside that range and keep on ranging, right? So the first dip might get bought, maybe just back towards supply, towards range high, and then sell off again. Which is why I wouldn't bring my targets all the way up here, but just as a sort of range play. Heb veel aan je video's de laatste tijd. Nice man. Leuk om te lezen. Can you explain to me how we haven't seen an alt season yet? Because we're never gonna see an alt season again. Most people in here don't even know what an alt season used to be, or never were never here when we got the real alt season. In alt season, you literally bought something on spot and it would double overnight. And that's unfortunately never gonna come back. I was also too late for the real alt season. When I joined it, yeah. I mean, I wasn't too late, but I was just not experienced enough to get the full potential of it. So, yeah. Never. Why? Nah. Link got me. I'm so mad this time. Yeah, me too, to be honest. But hey, you've gotta let it go. Otherwise, you're gonna just revenge trade it, and yeah, that's even worse. How many positions do you keep open at the same time? Usually on margin, it's like up to 3, sometimes 4 when I have some risk off the table. Sol. Let's take a look at Sol. I would want a little bit lower on Sol. This blue area. I set it from up here, right? We did a beautiful spot trade from here to up here. Well, we sold like, where was it? here maybe, or here. I might get back in if we test like 90 or so. Swept some highs here, so yeah, maybe even lower, 85, 80, 85, to make that higher low here and then back towards the highs. I wouldn't enter here. I think this is going a little bit lower. Something like this. Oh yeah, inch. We'll do inch. Yeah, see, I don't like this. Big run. Boom. Topped here, right? The lows. Big wick at the lows, wick the highs. No worries, right? As long as we stay within this range, we can still do this. But what I don't like is how we swept the highs, local highs on this move into supply, the area where we broke down from. Boom. Wicked in there and got rejected pretty damn hard, right? We simply, yeah, hey, look at this. Yeah, but it's not looking good at the moment, in my opinion. So I would probably wait for, I don't know, either all the way down here to be interested again, or a break above here. If it maybe does something like this, sweeps this, and then get above here, something like that. But until then, nah, I'm not feeling it. Keep in mind, don't hold positions because you're focused on the money it could potentially make. Focus on the charts. If the chart is telling you something else, get out. Even though you have to take a loss, it's always better. When something doesn't do what you wanted it to do, get out. And don't look at the P&L. I have to go. See you, man. Thanks for joining. Spell. Yeah, same thing. Ugly ass chart, man. These wicks just looks like pump and dumps, to be honest. And see, no strength at all. Instead, yeah, see some sort of trend line here maybe, although I almost never use them. But doesn't this scream weakness all over this chart? I would never look too long anything like this, except if it's a newer coin that looks like this on the 4 hour or something. If Bitcoin dominance, total, or any of these important to you? Nah, not really. ETH Bitcoin I take a look at just for ETH strength, but apart from that, not really. What's your view on ES? I mean, what can I say? Probably just keeps chatting higher and higher and higher. So not really focused. Notice how nobody's talking about it anymore. Said it last stream as well. TIA I liked as well. Because of this liquidity up here, all of these clean highs. So I might be looking for a long on this one. If I manage to line it up with Bitcoin maybe, with Bitcoin at least sweeping some local liquidity maybe to the downside. Otherwise, likely just stay out. And I'm gonna be risking low, right? I mean, everything looks bad in my opinion. Even this, it's up 5%, right? One of the stronger ones at the moment. But then you look at the daily, like, nah. I'd probably buy ARB again here. Maybe even lower, maybe even at 1.2 or something. But yeah. You also have clean validations for shorts, right? And you know where to flip bullish. If it reclaims this, right? High that got swept, right? Sideways a little and then started dumping. So supply lining up with this key high. Well, if it goes up now, right? Sweep that high in there. I might even look for a short towards these lows and these lows. If it smashes above here, yeah, then it's probably invalidated and goes a lot higher. So this is gonna be the level, the line in the sand. Why aren't they important to you? Because I don't focus on things when I'm focusing on the chart itself. I try to make things as easy as possible, as simple as possible. So why would I focus on another chart when I'm trading this one? You know? And because in the past, I've only seen people get chopped up when they look at other charts and try to use it to trade another chart. Like, it was the same when there was a hype, everyone was looking at the S&P, yes, and whenever it was weak, they short Bitcoin because they thought it would follow. Well, I've seen more people just get slaughtered and chopped up to hell than those who could actually profit from it. So that's why. AVEX. Now look at this. Same thing. I don't like this chart. Swept these highs, right? And looks like it just wants to do this. FTN. Same thing. Just looks exactly the same as this. Maybe some upside, and then all the way back down. SNX. I would say same thing, but for a bounce play, this looks better than the previous ones. Although, same thing, swept, unswept. But, right, where will your range mean come in? Probably around here. Let's take a look. see? Oh. To the T. So lower time frame, I could see a plan here where you wait for this and then look for some longs, even if it's just for a trade back towards local highs. But apart from that, same thing, don't like this. A lot of people are bullish on Floki. I think I have it in my list. No? Oh, it's 1000. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, maybe it's the next meme coin, but looking at the chart, there's nothing bullish about this, in my opinion. See? Highs swept, lows unswept. Maybe if it does this, right? Look to buy a dip. Until then, nah. Right, it's been over an hour, guys, so I'm gonna hop off. Hope you enjoyed. Gave views on everything I wanted and did quite some requests as well. So I'm hopping off again. I would take it easy if I were you. Bitcoin is literally trading in the middle of nowhere. Wait for either side to get swept and wait for those high probability trades. Altcoins in general look horrible to me, so I would focus on the newer ones. Look to buy those dips, but wait for proper confirmation. Not like I did on Yup, was way too early. Anyways, take it easy. Big thanks to Vela Exchange. Check it out using the link in the description. If you did, send me a message on Discord and I'll add you to my group. Leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe, and I will see you on Thursday. In 2 days we're going live again. All right, peace out and take care.